difference in Walker and Dorsett is Walker has the ability to break tackles.
You do not want Walker running loose against your secondary.
Now he just has great acceleration up the field.
And may get all of those yards back for an Eagle. Eagles trail by 7 and a first down on the 11-yard line. Walker bounces off one defender, and he's going to go in to score.
This course, he is so good in the obstacle course, and I think his best part of it is getting over the wall. We'll see.
Mike Young doing all right.
If that's his best part, he's in deep trouble right now.
I knew I shouldn't have said that. It's not going to happen as soon as you say it.
I tell you, Herschel put a hurting on that sled, though.
He did.
No penalties. Yep. Mike Young just got a 5-second penalty. And look at Herschel Walker's streak to the line. A perfect run without penalties or points.
What did I say? His best part of the race is at the end.
Herschel Walker is an American politician and a former football running back who played in the National Football League, NFL, for 12 seasons. He is the Republican nominee in the 2022 United States Senate election in Georgia. Walker was born in Augusta, Georgia, to Willis and Christine Walker. He was one of 7 children raised in Wrightsville, Georgia. He was an overweight child growing up and struggled with stuttering. This was his gift from God, as this adversity drove Walker to become to the man he is today. Let's read more before we see him in action. Walker played college football where he won the Heisman Trophy as a junior in 1982. In 1986, Walker joined the NFL with the Dallas Cowboys, earning consecutive Pro Bowl and second-team All-Pro honors. From 1987 to 1988, Walker was traded to the Minnesota Vikings. He was later a member of the Philadelphia Eagles and New York Giants, my team, before concluding his career with a second stint on the Dallas Cowboys. Walker was inducted to the College Football Hall of Fame in 1990. From 2019 to 2020, he served as co-chair on the President's Council on Sports Fitness and Nutrition under President Donald J. Trump. He will face his incumbent Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock for the 2022 United States Senate election in Georgia. On his business side, in 1984, Walker franchised a Delight fast food restaurant in Athens, Georgia. In 1999, Walker created Renaissance Man Food Service, which distributes chicken products. Originally, his producer was Cisco Corp and Tyson Foods. In his personal life, Walker has spoken publicly about being diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder and served as spokesman for mental health treatment program for veterans. He wrote the 2008 book, Breaking Free, My Life with Dissociative Identity Disorder, to help mental illness and also help others who seek help. He was formally diagnosed with the disorder in 2001. He sought professional help and got better in 2002 and is an advocate for seeking help in the field. I could go on, but it's time to let the editors roll clip so we can get a better perspective on Herschel Walker. Fair use.
Crosby in motion. They let Herschel carry it, and he dives in for the touchdown. It was about a 4-yard dive. Tremendous leg power. Walker, I think this is what the entire National Football League was concerned about.
Herschel Walker breaks tackles and breaks loose.
It'll be Carl Lewis, who is the best in the world. And it'll be Stanley Floyd. Just to even be in the same race with those guys was one heck of a doggone achievement.
Herschel, it looked like you had a little bit of problem with the wall. Mike beat you over the wall, but then you made up for it once you started running.
Yeah, I wanted to be safe. You know, what happened is Ronaldo slipped on the wall, and I didn't want to do that. So I sort of tried to play it safe a little bit.
Nice and safe, no penalties, and a nice, easy run. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Visions for your future.
Joe Biden and Raphael Warnock is bankrupt in this country.
Thank you, Senator Warnock. Now to you, Mr. Walker. Recent ads have highlighted allegations of past domestic violence. They've raised questions about how transparent you've been as far as your resume. In 1 minute, how do you respond to voters who question your integrity, both personally and professionally?
First of all, I've been very transparent, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. And I say I had a mental problem, and I'll be a champion for mental health because so many people suffer from mental health. But to have people like Senator Warnock that demonize mental health, when I want to tell everyone out there, you can get help. Don't listen to Senator Warnock and his people. You can get help. All you got to do is ask. All you got to do is ask. But the problem with the truth is you just saw it. You just saw it because he won't answer that about evicting the people from the church. And I told him I'll pay their salary. You're evicting them right now during these hard times.
We have not evicted. We have not evicted those tenants.
I didn't write the article.
I
didn't write the article. And most of the people out there steal my time.
I'm okay with the discussion if we start talking over each other.
We have not evicted the tenants.
Speak, Senator.
And he should take that money and pay it back to the veterans that he exploited while pretending to run a not-for-profit.
See, you can tell that he's not desperate because if he had read in that thing, he would have saw that I had nothing to do with that. But he is so desperate right now, and he really wants that seat. He's now telling you, I didn't evict anyone. It is written in the paper. I didn't do this. Well, Senator, you did. And it's okay to speak the truth. Do not bear false witness, Senator. Do not bear false witness.
Mr. Walker, to keep this moving, I want to follow up with you. You have been very open on your, Senator Warnock, we need to move forward here. You have been very open about your struggles with mental illness, and you even wrote a book about your diagnosis of dissociative identity disorder. We recently asked if you were still receiving treatment, and this is what you had to say.
No, that's all done, and you don't need to, and that's why I tell people. I think one thing I told people is I've been open about it, and I was open about it, 14 years ago. I had someone to come up to me, and they started talking about church. Well, one of the words out of their mouth was, why is God letting this happen? And it's kind of, I said, let me tell you something. God ain't letting anything happen. We have choices. What is happening in America today with the people of separation, with the gas prices, with all the no border control, with all the things that's going on, God ain't doing that. We're doing that. God is trying to speak to us. We're not listening. And all we have to do is get back into prayer, get back into listening, and quit blaming God. We have choices for ourselves. We have the 10 Commandments. So why don't we look at those? And as you're looking at those, you ought to look at the Constitution. Hey, I love you. God loves you. I'm not an actor, a singer, or a politician. I'm Herschel Walker. Most of you know me as a football player, but I'm also a father, a man of faith, and a very good judge of character. I told last night the story of the man that had 2 little twin boys. One little boy was always positive in life. No matter whatever happened to that kid, he was positive about it. But this other little kid was always negative. No matter whatever happened to that kid, he was negative about everything. Father don't know what's going on with them because they're twins, but they're so opposite. So around Christmas time, he tried this little experiment. He put this negative little kid in his room with nothing but brand new toys. But he put this positive little kid in his room with nothing but horse manure. And after an hour or so, he looked in on this negative little kid and he's complaining that I don't like this, I like this. I don't like that, I like this. I don't want that color, I want that color. Father knew that this kid is never gonna amount to anything because nothing ever makes him happy. But he looks in on this positive little kid, and this positive little kid has a shovel. He's shoving his horse manure over his shoulder. He's laughing and singing and having a good time. First thing the father thinking, this kid's crazy. But he asked him, said, son, what's going on? What's going on? The little boy looked at his dad and said, you know, Dad, as much horse manure as there's in this room, there must be a pony at the bottom of it. And the reason I tell you that is we all have that pony, but we see so much crap around us, we don't think we can see it. But I'm tell you, every day you got to grab a big shovel and just shovel. And let me tell you, you can see your way out. Because I'm a kid from Wrightsville, Georgia. And I don't know if you ever heard from Wrightsville, Georgia, but Wrightsville, Georgia is in between Macon and Augusta. So I'm in between Little Richard and James Brown. And I tell people all the time, I say, if you got 1 year to live, you move to Wrightsville. Because that 1 year is like forever. Nothing ever changes. Everything stays the same.
Hey guys, it's Jose, your regular Joe Blow again, keeping an eye out and my ears open to Mr. Walker. God bless, sir. Full salute and good luck. And on your future endeavors and soon to be elected Georgia Senator, wow, Georgia help is coming. And that's great news. He's got my vote. I like the transparency in his life. Thank you again, sir. And guys, as always, do your own research, get the facts, and I'll continue to bring my best to give you the best. Thank you guys for the support. Stay free.
It ain't hard to tell. I excel, then prevail.